bless each and every one of these here, and may God continually bless us. And we kind of missed the service Wednesday night and those things there, and kind of glad that we did do that there because it got pretty rough there, and all those things there, and we can do those things there, but y'all still good to us, even in those times. So I'm glad to see that y'all are doing good. And that's what it's all about on that end. I want to take this time to welcome in all our listeners, those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, in the Philippines, Sierra Leone in Africa, and also where you might be picking us up on the internet. In into our house, where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom, Vayak'hel. And upon these two principles, when we as a people, as a nation, as a race, or whatever you want, humanity or what, then are we able to do those things there. And it's not like we can't do some of those things. I've been doing some studying on the International Space Station. Any of y'all heard that there? Yeah. We have an International Space Station. It's up in there. And guess who's getting along in peace and love?
Russia, China, Japan,
United States. Yeah, right.
UK.
Right.
Who else has it?
All the human beings. They get together, they get along up there. They're working together. So it ain't like it's an impossibility. So God is not asking us to do something that we cannot do. That's the part.
They're not necessarily getting along up there either because they sabotaging each other's modules.
Well, the part of it is that they do work together. And they ain't got very much choice because they got to live together.
Yeah.
See? And they are getting along.
But you know they can't walk home.
See? And you can't walk out. Yeah. But I was glad to hear that, that they got a space station there. And guess what? They've been up there for a while. This ain't just something new. It ain't just something new. They've been there for a while.
They started building it.
Huh?
I'm trying to remember when did they start building it? In the 80s?
Yeah, in the 80s.
A lot of people didn't know that.
They've been there that long?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Be ready to come back down.
Oh no, they send different people.
Yeah.
So they ain't just one.
And they building on it now.
Yeah.
They even making it bigger, the different ones sent up there and send they, build, put more modules onto it and add more on it. It started out a little bitty place now.
It's a little can.
Yeah, right. Now it's growing and it's big station up there. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
How far is it up there?
It's actually in a low orbit. It's not a real high orbit. I don't forget now what orbit was, but it's So I just said that to say this here. God is not asking to do something that we can't do. If we want to set our minds to it,
Amen.
It can be done. See, and of course, get crystallized back again today.
254 miles.
Huh?
254 miles up.
Okay.
Okay.
But once they get up there and get adapted for a little bit, hey, peace and love. Man is capable of doing those things. See? And so I'm glad that it ain't like what these Christians and all these other, God gave us something that we can't do. God asked us something that we can't do. No, God will never do those things there. See? Just depends on the condition, whether or not you get your act together. And dear folks, the condition is going to change. All right, want to say that? And we that adapt ourselves and ready for that peace and love, that's the better. That's how we're going to make it in God's kingdom. You know, it's not going to be this stuff here, all this hatred and all this. And if it don't go out of us, you're going to go out with it. That make any sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to go out of us. See? Are we going out with it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I say, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
We can live. Yeah, so let's get our tally talk. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitzenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu elahi lati concerning wrapping ourselves in tzitzit. As the rest is staying, you should be near a song book at this particular time, or a piece of paper that have page 350 on it. Women are 19 and up, men are 19 and up, youth is 12 to 18, and all is all who. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yah. Women,
Come, Spirit Yah, stop the churning inside of me, cause Father Russia to get one fed and here on time. Quiet my confusion, Yah, in all intentions of getting here. I know I made the effort because I was ready to lead you. Yah, speak to me in quietness.
and it's thankful for what we have, but this week has been so hectic, and it seems that no matter how. Forgive me, Yah, for letting worry my gratitude. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord all lands. Serve Yah with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. You?
Sorry to sing, sir. It's sorry, but it's too sometimes. It's not singing. It's full of joy. This was not very fair. It seems like it was but I know crowd so closely that I can't see answer. But I know the answer. But I sing my whole heart.
Yah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. All. Restore my soul, O Yah, and renew a right spirit within me. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which you have broken may rejoice. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with your free spirit. Hallelujah.
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 I ask you now to turn and face the Holy City in this direction here. For I open it to fill our opening prayer, the Kohen Baraka and the Shema in Hebrew. Father, for strength. Thank you for the Shabbat. Thank you for your mind that you had set forth to give a great gift unto us. And not only that, but you have taken that to be a sign between you and your people. And we just ask that you would continually bless us, that we might be able to go forth and show forth the things that you are doing in these last days, and that you are our God and we are your people.
Hallelujah.
We also have sick lists, and we just ask that you would give healing unto them, that we might be amongst those that go forth, show forth your saving help. Because we look unto you for our healing. One of the Torah teachers came up and heard. And we asked him, which is the most important gift of them all? That's your answer. The most important is Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you are to love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your understanding, and with all your strength. The second is this: you are to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other mitzvah greater than these. Hallelujah.
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 She'll be able to receive a song at this particular time. If not, I shall see to it that you get it. Almighty Reign.
And it's to come, and it's to come, ancient of days, the Holy One, who lights the sky, and it's thunderbolt, who wears the crown, the Lord of hosts, everybody sing, hallelujah, almighty reign, come on, sing, almighty, everybody say, hallelujah, almighty reign, sing it again, hallelujah, almighty, who reigns forever, eternally, and that is me, bound everything, whose name is holy, he stands alone, and who sits forever, upon his throne. Everybody sing hallelujah, almighty reign, oh yes he does, hallelujah, almighty reign, everybody sing hallelujah, almighty reign, say it again, hallelujah, almighty reign, who was and is to come, the Holy One, who lights the sky, who wears the crown, the Lord of hosts, everybody sing hallelujah, almighty reign, say it loud, hallelujah, almighty reign, hallelujah, he reigns, almighty reign, yes he does, hallelujah, almighty reign, who reigns forever, eternally, and that is he, bound every knee, whose name is the Holy, he stands alone, he's alive, almighty, hallelujah, hallelujah, sing it, hallelujah, sing it, almighty reign, let me hear you sing it, hallelujah, sing it, I know he reigns, almighty reign, almighty reign, almighty reign, almighty reign, almighty reign, he's mighty in power, he's the Lord of the Lord, he's the Savior, we give you praise.
Why is it that God wants us to be glad in his presence? See? Why is it that God wants us to be glad in his presence? Yeah, for our good. It's for our good. Not his good. Because something that you're glad to be in the presence of is hard to get you away from that. Something that you bored with and don't want to be there anyway and ain't glad about it. Hey, they can take a little straw and pull you out. Because you don't want to be there in the first place. But anything that you are glad about and you're happy and all that there, hey, ain't getting you out of there. And like I said, I remember my days going to the football games, and hey, cold, everything there. I was glad I wanted to be to the game, everything there. Hey, we stayed there right there to it. And your team better not be winning, boy. You show up. Now you might, that gladness go away. Your team getting beat too bad. Everything, then you ready to go. Cause you ain't glad to be there. But hey, but if your team is winning and all that there, you're on the winning side, and you ain't ready to go, man. The weather's terrible and everything there. That's the way we are. So God is saying, be glad in this present for your good. Because let me tell you something. God is not hurting for praise. Y'all hear me? How do I know he ain't hurting for praise? Huh? He got creatures that is designed specifically for that. Yeah. So he's not hurt for that. If I want to say I don't give it, he won't get it out. Then we'll say how he gonna take that then. No, you just gonna be missing out. So it's for our good. Who is this God we're talking about? The 8th verse says, the earthquake and rain poured from the sky at the presence of God. Even Sinai shook at the presence of God. The God of Israel. And if your God is not the God of Israel, you are worshiping a false and idol God, and you will perish with your God. I don't care what you call him. You call him Jesus Christ if you want to. A lot of them do. Allah and all whatever other names they want to call him. Buddha and all. Doesn't matter. Zeus, Thor, see? It don't matter. God of Israel is the true God, and he's going to vacate and eliminate all these gods. And those that can't give them up, you're going to vacate with them. Right. He said, well, how come he ain't done it yet? Because of me. And because of you that he's waiting around on to try to give a chance. If God would have shut this thing down 50 years ago, a lot of us wouldn't be here. See? So I'm glad that he hasn't done that. But even his patience runs out. And therefore, the more we learn about him, the better it'll be. Now that we know what his name is, Yah. Then you have people that you want to make a disturbance about that and everything there. Y'all ain't call his name right. You need to call him Yahweh. You need to call him this. You need to call him that. But here, he said, extol him who rides on the clouds. Not saying that what his name is. That's a long form name. And I'm not going to get into a big argument about it. Therefore, I do those things there that he gave me to do. And they all feel like they're right. See? But here, Yah, and I'm kind of glad that we was fortunate to be on some of the groundwork of a bunch of the Hebrew Israelite groups that did start changing over to that. And was tired of the big argument and the griping about it. And nowadays, it seems to be catching on quite good. When we first started out, it wasn't a whole lot of them doing that. Because you had Yahweh being Yahweh. See? And you had a group down in the sacred name folks down there in Louisiana and around down off in there. And so you had all of them, and they were all and of course, Jehovah's Witnesses, they completely out, but so everybody just, going their way, everything. But nevertheless, this is what he says here, and this is what we use. And therefore, as a time is setting forth for us to do those things here, let's promote and be online with what's going on. But that's just the beginning of it. And this is why when I see our young folks and see these young folks coming and they run, and they've been in it about a year or two, some of them 4 or 5 months and all that, and boy, they think that they're ready to go out and set everybody on fire, and they don't realize, and they think they got the whole show, and when they don't understand it, this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. See? Here's where some of them fall out. You are my witness, says Adonai, and my servants. Not the other way around. You have to take me like I am. Whatever I am. You have to accept me. Most of us have messed ourselves up bad for God. See? God said, hey, I can't use you, and you all marked all up and everything here, going out portraying some other God and all this, and then marked it all over your body and everything. See, there you go, talk about something. See, running folks out. I'm just laying it out clear. If God messed up bad, it looks ugly to me. I mean, and then got yourself all scarred up. And so when you go to have to start talking the truth and everything, then they upset mad by teaching God's word. We're going to have to learn how to adapt. Okay? And that should let you know right there, hey, yeah, you messed all up, and you should keep you humble from now on. But then we're going to get mad and get all offensive about it. But I didn't know nothing about it when I did it. Yeah, but that still don't take away from the point. I should be like a young lady saying, well, I didn't know I could get pregnant if I did that there. Yeah, but hey, just because you didn't know that what you did was going to get you pregnant.
Ignorance is not always bliss.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know what I was doing. The accident, I wasn't intending. Accident unintended on night. You're pregnant.
That's proof that you didn't have no business doing.
Huh?
That's proof that you didn't have no business doing.
That's exactly
You
right.
need to understand the consequences.
Back in the old days, that's why the elderly women told the younger women, don't you kiss no boy. If you do, you get pregnant.
they had a lot of fences around it, boy.
Usually when you kiss someone,
Don't leave with something else.
Yeah.
That's why they were telling them.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, the little girl came home, Mom, I'm pregnant.
You kissed that boy.
Come along and straighten it out with us because we definitely get things all mixed all up. We think that we know. We think that we're, and God had to send his prophet. And this is why his prophets were not popular. The prophets should have been popular among God's people. Would you think so? But they wasn't. And why wasn't they? Because they all the time corrected them. And we don't like to be corrected. And when I say we, I'm talking about Israel. We don't like to, But we got to change from that, dear folks. We talked about that a little bit last night about that. You acting like one. You act like one. You do those things, and then what is it? You walk like a duck. You quack like a duck, and then you must be what? A duck.
A chicken.
And therefore, if you don't want those things, change your ways. He said, "You are my witnesses, Adonai, and my servant whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me." Notice, I'm glad he put that "know" there. He said, "You got to know me. That's your job, is to know me." A lot of the people that he was dealing with, everything there. Hey, you was out of the household of Israel. You didn't have a chance. That's what he told them. Ain't that what he said? I know all y'all thought y'all did, and y'all bragging on y'all God. He said, but hey, outside the household of Israel, you don't have a chance.
Israelites said those was Israel.
They were Israel.
There was Israel, but acting like Gentiles.
Oh, that's what they say?
Yeah, because they don't believe no Gentiles gonna be saved. But they fail to realize that the one that wrote the book of Luke, he was a Gentile. He was a Greek.
God was interested in it. This is why Israel was to be a bringer near to the nations. For what reason? For them not to be saved?
Right.
Here he says you got to know and trust me and understand that I am he. That's where they messed up. They didn't understand that he's, because their understanding got messed all up. They got locked in on color and they got locked in on all this other stuff.
He was an Israelite. James that was here, he was one claiming that Ruth, she wasn't a Gentile. You got to do studies and find that out, but he wasn't a Gentile. What?
Yeah, here's what he says. No God was produced before me, nor will any be after me. I am Adonai. And that Adonai means what? Owner. See? Just like, Adonai is another word for Lord. Call your landlord. When they tell you to do that,
But they don't even listen to the owner, because he's the one that says that my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people.
I know it. That's what I'm saying. They don't understand him. That's the point. They haven't understood him. Right. And they haven't accepted the fact that I am he. I'm the one. To me, they're done on me. No. It's time for them to pay up. It's time for them to. Who tell you what?
I think a lot of times what it is that we as people, we don't look at humanity as one family. We look at ourselves as individual households, instead of looking at it as it's just civil rights. Really,
that's it
for the planet.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are my witness, says Adonai, that I am God. And if you can't be that there, I don't care what blood you got, and I don't care what oil you got, and I don't care what color you got, and all that there stuff there. You still is not qualified because you can't do that. Okay? So that's the first step that we got to do. Then we got to learn some more things about him. See, Isaiah 44, 6-8. Thus says Adonai, Israel's king. And that's what we don't understand a lot about kingship, especially in America and all like that. Matter of fact, we are taught and against kingship. We're actually taught against it, and to make it a bad thing. I remember they talking about Obama, and they are against it. And it's kind of funny because now they got their president the color that they want, and it's all right for him to be a king. The very thing that they say Obama did and everything that made him a king, but they ain't saying the same thing about him, and he's pulling the same thing, making executive order. He said he was being a king then. But Trump. Yeah. Which he wanted to mess that up. Mexico. And who gonna build it? Mexico.
He probably really thought Mexico, he gonna make Mexico build it.
Now that's fake news.
Yeah.
And ex-president of Mexico, he cussed. He said,
He let you know how serious he was up there.
He talking last month, giving a speech.
That do it. We're not to do those things there. Is our God in hurting? Do our God need another God to help him out?
No.
See? There's God the Son, then there's God the Holy Ghost, and then there's God the Father. So that's, but Isaiah 44, Isaiah 45, 22 gives me recognition and understanding. But their fruit don't remain on that tree long, and it ain't gonna do you no good if it don't go. See, therefore, I'm telling you here that what they claim. Therefore, things everlasting. But there's a time limit even for that. Do you know that? And let me straighten this out more. Time limit for us to get that. People die. So death is not the end. And don't get me wrong, therefore, I don't want nobody to come calling in. I ain't talking about you. What does resurrection mean? What does resurrection? You gotta be something, and to rise again. Who rises again? You. What they call this, the empty energy out there. So then it starts all over again. Then forgot everything had nothing, and it's regenerated all over again. You're brought out back to something else. Yeah, folks, that's not true. You gonna know. Mashiach knew when he was resurrected. He knew who he was. He's resurrected. So death is not the end for us. It's just a sleeping. But even in that, I still like living.
Amen.
On that point there. But there's a time coming. You go to John 11. And not it. Our God is a God who understands those things. All right, we need Sister LaShonda. Okay. Yeah. For her to come forth with the banner intro. And our song is Congregation of the Righteous.
I'm quite sure they can accomplish all them things if they be around here long enough.
Yeah.
We don't know how close they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they debating on it now. They got those that,
Yourself messed all up bad. And it's called the internet. And I keep telling you, you can find anything you want to find on there.
Amen.
Ain't guaranteed that it's right.
Amen.
We don't know what to watch. And the enemy is using these folks. As I said before, and you know, there is something there to this about Jerusalem. That city there is city's been so hard. Deals where we were staying in Egypt to South Africa, everything there, that is 1,000 miles. To round it off, about 3,990 something.
Yeah.
Because when they left Egypt, it was really supposed to be a 3-day journey. See, but ain't no way 4,000 miles. It'll be a 3-day.
Huh?
Even if they went to Nigeria, it would have taken longer than 3 days.
Yeah. Nigeria would make it in. You know, about. But people don't believe anything. They know what to watch for and what to look for. The enemy don't want you looking in the right area. These are all like the branch of Jerusalem. We got a job here, folks. I didn't realize how bad a job we were gonna have until all this other stuff was coming up and everything. Yeah, we got a tough job. Point of the fact that we got a job of this, and you gotta prove that. Well, that ain't the right place over there. Oh, how come it ain't the right place? Cause some Karaite Jews over there got it.
And majority of the Hebrew Israelites is that way because of the white Jews.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't be banding together.
We'll have a small population because they don't.
I don't blame them.
Well,
Hey, that's my point. I'm saying you're supposed to be coming over here and all.
want a whole bunch of other people, even if they want to come and be a part, they still don't want a whole bunch of people from the other races in Israel.
That's really not true. That's not true because of going over here.
Then you tell me why the government's kicking out all of these people.
Because
Talking to the
I mean that's it. All I'm saying is I don't know no other nations and all that.
These that try to come in, they don't want to come in the way that Israel wants them to come in.
Yeah.
right. Convert to Judaism. You can go.
But let me tell you something, dear folks. Yeah, hey, I was over there and I'm talking about, if we're talking about Northeast Africa. I ain't been to the other places. I only been to that one over there, Northeast Africa. And they've got all kind of different colors over there.
I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the people of Africa. I listen to a lot of the comments of the people, and they don't want them there. Plain and simple. Whether they come the right way or otherwise, they don't want.
Why? We still ain't failed.
I'm talking about the people coming from America. I'm talking about people that's coming from African nations who want to become part of Israel because things are going on in their country or whatever, and they're fleeing their country, and Israel, being as though it's the only democracy in the Middle East.
We just they just made a peace treaty. They just made a standing with Rwanda, and that they're to come forth and to do those things there, and they're gonna move their embassy to Jerusalem, and they're all coming in, and they got a good relationship, with them. Defending their son, you're right.
And I'm talking about within the government. I'm not talking about just ordinary citizens. I've heard governmental people speak real nasty about some of the people that were trying to become part of it.
Oh yeah.
The same here, so it's the same.
Yeah,
exactly.
I ain't denying that. I don't know no country that don't. See?
But
go down and try to move into Mexico. Go down and try to get citizenship and go. No, Canada is tough too.
That's what I mean. Canada's different because of the simple fact that Canada is more like a British type of country than it is.
But it still ain't no cakewalk.
It's not easy to get citizenship to any country. But how they treat people is a little different. Israel has the largest open air prison in the world.
But all I'm saying is that all these things I see as a vice of the enemy, and I see importance of a job that we have to do. If we're going to be the branch of Jerusalem, we're going to teach about Jerusalem and everything there, we got to get it right as to what Jerusalem is right.
Amen.
Because these folks run around here thinking, right, this ain't the right one. This is why I'm saying we got to get it. Otherwise, we can't go around and promote Jerusalem and those things there and say we represent it, and we don't know where it's at ourselves.
Right. Yeah.
That's the responsibility that I'm seeing, and that's why one of the guys asked me, "Which Jerusalem?" I didn't realize how bad it was until I really started checking and investigating on it. And it has to do with a lot of prophecy and everything as to choosing the right Jerusalem. Like the one in Tel Aviv, they said the Jerusalem down there in Tel Aviv, it's still laying out there desolate. If we go by that, and if that's true, we ain't even got to be nervous or worried about what's going on right now.
I think that's what Nehemiah.
Jerusalem will be desolate.
See, we're years away from the things for Zechariah to come to pass.
Right. But
yes.
All we have to do is to say, all right, all you guys are right about the Jerusalem. Tell me where we were kicked out in AD 70. Where AD 70, where America was. 87, where Africa was. There was a jungle. There was nothing but jungle in those areas. Where, and they did have some civilization, but not as much as they had in Jerusalem. We have most of the area in North Africa. We are more advanced. So
Out here, and I call him my historian and everything. He says that some of these things that they teach is crazy from the get-go because some of them same groups, they believe that,
Where you get that from?
Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome, they were all black.
Not me.
Right.
Some young groups from the city, they were following him, and obviously, that's what he was teaching them that Tel Aviv is the real Jerusalem.
And all I'm saying is that if that is true, And that's why I was going to I don't know the status that they got down in South Africa about Jerusalem down there. I think it's still laying there. It's true then. We are here way out the picture because it clearly states us that Jerusalem is going to be inhabited. They're going to have a big war, and they're going to have some problems that's going on there, and there's going to be a fight about teaching people messed up stuff. Or they the one that's way out of line.
Right.
Both of us can't be right. That's my point. I'm saying we're nearing the time and those things. I'm saying the time and all the stuff done set up for that two-state peace plan, in which I found out that that's what Trump is going for, and that's why he don't want to. That's why he don't want to announce it and everything there, because guess what? He gonna sound too much like Obama.
Mm.
That's the only way you could. That is the only solution that you.
I know it.
It's the only solution. I don't understand why they keep kicking it around and around and around.
You missed my point. Did you hear what I said?
Oh yeah, I heard.
That sound too much like Obama.
Anybody that sits in that chair is going to come to the same conclusion.
Hey, there you go.
He gonna let his son-in-law now. Yeah.
So it'll be his idea, right?
Yeah.
He got no problems on his own plate.
He gonna let his son-in-law now.
Well, dear folks, not only that, but if you get in bed, and this is why you have to be careful when you get in bed with, and you become big friends. Now they were bragging all along about how good friends that Netanyahu is, and with Trump and then all that, and they never had that relationship with Obama. You know, Obama was never his friend and everything. And guess what? Friends is. I can't make the most. I can't be talking all that stuff.
If I was Kim Jong-un, I'd be like, Venezuela, I see what you're doing down there. Ain't no way in the world giving up my nuke. You gotta be crazy.
And y'all,
Libya?
and what you did?
Well, yeah, Libya.
Yeah, Gaddafi, right.
Well, I'm just saying what they doing right now. I mean, we in the process of trying to come with a deal, but I see what you're doing right now.
Yeah. He said, you got to be crazy. He said, no. Now I want you to believe that we just walked out. No. He probably told him, get out, man. Get out of here, man. Hey, no, what the world I'm going to go along with that there? Yeah, we're not going to do.
And I'm going to tell you what's going to come out of all of this. It's going to be a split between South Korea and the United States behind all of this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And South Korea is like, yo, man, y'all playing too hardball.
All of them being coming against the
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it would be a mistake if they did. South Korea would be in a whole lot of trouble.
Sure.
Well, if they split with the United States?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They going
They ain't got no-
Because I guarantee you,
They ain't got no protection.
once they do that there, they are going to be instantly dominated by North Korea.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, I don't know.
They don't have no setup to do it.
No, I think what I see is, honestly, to tell you the truth, I see.
Oh no, they ain't going for it.
I don't see.
Just like
Because I see it under them uniting, and then the two countries form their own government, and then they choose. As they come together, then they choose the people vote for a new leader.
no,
I don't think North Korea.
nah,
I don't think North Korea gonna.
no.
They don't want to.
North Korea. If I was North Korea, I wouldn't do it. I don't have to do that. I got something that even South Korea don't have.
Right.
They got to come in under me.
Right.
Not me doing that now. And just like I told y'all that they weren't going to deal all night, they are not going to go take under for South.
Right.
That ain't going to happen.
They'll take their money, but they
You
ain't
lose all of that. And I know that you lose all that there. And I'm sitting up here with all this. Oh, no. You will either come in or we'll just wipe you out.
right. They don't even have to use the nuclear.
That's what I'm talking about.
They can just wipe them out with
They said,
millions of people that talk to them.
dear folks, all these are terrible things that's going to happen that is coming upon the earth and all those things here. Let us make sure that we got it. Biggest thing that I'm seeing now is that, hey, I'm solid and I'm sure. I don't care nothing about all these other, but I know the right Jerusalem. And that's where it's at. And it's northeast Africa. And all these other places they want to come. I told the gentleman that asked me about it and all those things, yeah, and all that. I said, yeah, I've been there, and I'm convinced that that's the right place. And these other places just
Northeast Africa
No.
forever.
What do you think about that?
there you go.
This war scrimmage they have now, not a war, but a scrimmage they have with Pakistan and India.
Oh yeah, they've always they're always
They're nuclear power, so they can unleash them.
yeah, they're all in every day. They're skirmishing and all those things, but see, the scriptures is pretty clear as to where God gonna let the Bible says that God has those angels holding back the four winds. And I believe that that's in Bible prophecy means war and those things. So God, even though man is trying to do all that and let all of that, but yet God still got the control over the big major things. And he tells us where it's going to erupt and go forth. And I believe it. See? But all these other things don't mean that they can't bring hardship and toughness.
That's right.
See? And so this is where we're facing it. Therefore, let us get ourselves straight on that end there. Let's get those things there. And he said that he walked out on the deal in Hanoi. That was another thing to it. Hanoi of all places.
He said he never went to.
Why did he pick Hanoi? There was a reason why.
He,
You know why?
Why?
John picked Hanoi?
Why?
Because that was the one place that the United States do not have victory, along with North Korea and Korea. Those two battles, the United States does not have an out victory.
right.
I thought you said that that Trump picked Hanoi.
Oh no.
Kim said to me.
Kim, yeah, right. He the one chose that. He the one chose that.
But it's ironic that Vietnam is the one that stopped, because Kim at one time, his grandfather, tried to take over Vietnam, but Vietnam held them back. And now they're peace with them right now. That's ironic.
He picked it, like I say, he picked it because that was, you didn't get no victory over us. You still at war with us, and you ain't got no out victory over us. And now we're gonna take you to another place over there. And we're gonna have our talks and everything in another place where you didn't get no out victory.
Wow.
And how do you think you?
Amazing.
So now he's coming back. The deal makers come back there. No deal. But we left on good terms and all that stuff there. And
He said he's not gonna rush it. It takes time.
They don't
Only
make
the
any
second
time.
meeting.
Nothing.
That's a Lord.
Better take your time with this one.
He said, I'm having my summit meeting, and then they're gonna invite me with corn. They could have waited on that. They could have waited 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But did you hear what Lindsey Graham said?
what did Lindsey Graham say?
North Korea gonna give up the nukes one way or the other.
Why is he gonna go and take them?
That's what he said.
He gonna take them. He gonna
I'm
send
tell
y'all.
you, Lindsey Graham got a lot of power in Congress.
He gonna send y'all there.
Because I guess he think North Korea's gonna be by themselves fighting. They got allies too.
Right.
They ain't gonna be by themselves
China
fighting.
is one of the big allies. They
And
gotta
Russia.
watch.
Yeah.
And Russia.
And
Yeah,
Russia.
so they ain't
A
Yeah.
lot of people forget that Russia's an ally of North
gonna be
Korea.
Right.
out there by themselves. That ain't no work.
That's why they hit us and knocked us back, because China, it's the first time China ever got into a war with us and pushed us back to the 38th parallel. We say, Uncle, we give up. And that's when they have the armistice right there. We still at war technically with North Korea, but we just what they call it when you have
Armistice. Yeah.
armistice.
Well, all these things are signs that let us know and can't be, we're not going to work out on peace plan. That's the part I want you to get. The Bible clearly told us ahead of time what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We're not going to work out no. Everybody thought that when we had got the United Nations, then we got the League of Nations and all that. Oh boy, peace and safety. We're gonna have all this. We're gonna have more wars in there.
Yeah. They don't even abide by their own rules.
Exactly. And if they're right, then we ain't got nothing to worry about. Because it's a long ways before Zechariah, that what we're seeing is right upon us, can come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna split something and it's laying out there isolated? It's laying out there desolate. Anybody fighting over the mother of Jerusalem? I don't know nobody fighting over the Torah. You know anybody fighting over Torah?
Take that right away.
And the one that claimed Torah is the real Jerusalem, they ain't over there.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know nobody over there fighting over that yet.
No, nobody's fighting over it.
Now, they should be packing that move.
South Africa, they fighting over the Jerusalem down there in South Africa.
They did have a fight.
See?
At one point in history, they did have a fight over it.
They were fighting all over in that area, not just on the Jerusalem.
No, I'm just saying in that one area that the dude was
Yeah,
talking about.
I saw that they had it tells about some wars that they had over there. And them wars is totally different from this is one that is totally about Jerusalem.
That's probably about it.
Them fights that they had on them wars that I saw and looked up and all that was not totally talking about Jerusalem. It was not the center point. This war that's coming up and then has been ever is strictly talking about the city of Jerusalem. What the Bible says will be. It said Jerusalem will be a cup of trembling. Not the area, not the, not. But hey, that's a whole different subject altogether. I don't want to, I'm not going to. We're going to let that pass for now. But let us be up on the point. We are called a branch of Jerusalem. And there's a reason for that. See? And we need to be dispelling all this other stuff here and let them know. And I see all these challenges, all that to make you look bad and make us look bad. And it's like the guy was asking me, man, you sit over there uplifting, shoving at them. Yeah, them KSR Jews got over there. Well, if that's the case, then why are you so much concerned about them? If that's the wrong Jerusalem, then why are you in a big rage about it?
You found your Jerusalem, go worship it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Why are you sitting steady squabbling about they done took over? They took my land and took our identity. How did they take your land and keep all this stuff there? That's the wrong place. Boy, Satan make us look crazy and foolish. You can't believe everything, dear folks. So this is where we're going to leave it at right there. Okay, I want to ask you to bow your heads for our Tanakh Baraka. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who have given us your Torah, the writing and the prophet, and the bread out to shine by thy great spirit, and have commanded us to diligently teach them unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. I like to say that because in this year, we got Hebrew Israelite brothers that don't even want to teach the Gentiles. Say it's wrong for us to talk to the Gentiles and to teach them and all those things. Yeah, that's crazy. That's totally. That's crazy.
Well, they really don't know Torah.
No, they don't.
Torah teaches. They don't teach that what they talking about.
They need to study Torah.
Yeah, they need to
Yeah,
study.
really.
Yeah.
Our scripture reading for this week's Torah portion is found in the book of Exodus, the 35th chapter, starting at the first verse, through the 38th chapter and the 20th verse. That is Exodus 35:1 through the 38th chapter and the 20th verse. Our Haftorah Reading is taken from the book of 1 Kings, the 7th chapter, starting at the 40th verse through the 50th verse. That is 1 Kings 7, 40 through the 50th verse. This week's Parashah is Parashah 22, which is Vayak'hel, and it means, and he assembled. Our scripture reading, which we will take from our Haftorah Reading, which will be given by Shemash. Let us give him our undivided attention as we read the word of Yah to us.
Task him. Slow-mo did not weigh any of these objects because there were so many of them that the total weight of the bronze, gold, not to be determined. Slow-mo made all the objects that were inside the house of Adonai, the gold altar, and tables of gold on which the showbread was displayed. The menorahs, 5 on the right, the floors, lamps, and tongues of gold, the cups, stuff. I went too far. May Yah add a special blessing to the reading of His word.
There is something that we have to keep in mind when we are dealing and when we're going forth about who we're dealing with and the right treatment and the right specialty that is needed. These priorities set right. And if we don't get these priorities set right, it can create a problem. And God knows those things there, and so there. God is teaching us and instructing us. We done been under slavery for 400 years, 430 years exactly. And now time to make a change. We ain't ready to do that. See? But yet still, how long God gonna wait around? See? For us to do those things. We better learn how our God is. See? Go to the 35th chapter of Exodus, and God is dealing with Israel. He's already told Moshe, go down there, see, and deal with your people. God done already disclaimed them and said, they none of my people. Dear folks, when we get rebellious and all things that, God don't claim you. That there ought to let you know something. And that's what I be talking about when these people run around here bragging about their blood and all that stuff here, as if that's all it takes. I don't care if you got blood or what. Care if you got color or not, and all that make no difference. When old people got rebellious and everything, God said, you ain't none of my people. Exodus 35:1, what did it say?
Moshe assembled the whole community of the people of Israel and said to them, these are the things which Adonai has ordered you to do.
All right, now, God told Moshe to assemble the people. I want them all to come together. Because y'all are getting ready to go through something. Y'all are beginning to do those things there. And I got to have your attention. See, y'all, sometimes we get too busy now. We can't assemble. We can't come together. We're too busy. We got to get them all together here because what's getting ready to happen here. And this is my order. This is my command. This is how I want them to operate. This meeting was very important. And I want you to get this first thing established. Because I done saw how you is. And you done already proved to be stiff-necked, hard-hearted people. And some of these things I ain't gonna tolerate. Now read on.
Okay. In 6 days, work is to be done, but the 7th day is to be a holy day for you on Shabbat, of complete rest in honor of Adonai. Whosoever does any work in it is to be put to death.
Whoa! Did y'all get that? See, when God has some serious stuff, and when God has some serious thing in there, he calls a special meeting together, and he wants everybody to assemble. Bring your children, bring everybody, because I want you to know what's going on here. I don't want no stuff. Well, I didn't know that. Didn't nobody? You said, well, I had to call them to go in. They knew about those things, but they didn't have the specialty. They didn't have the sincereness and understanding about how important it was to y'all.
Right. So really, all this is still new to them.
Yeah. People right today, they'll tell you, oh, God ain't that, and God ain't gonna kill nobody. God ain't gonna destroy nobody over a day. You know why they say those things here? Is because they don't understand the significance of the Shabbat. But dear folks, the Shabbat is God's sign. Why you say, go to Jeremiah 25. I'm just going to be reading in Jeremiah 25.
Okay.
Huh? But actually, dear folks, the Sabbath is a hinge on God's authority. You know that. It's a slap to God's authority. It's an insult to God's authority. I was told Jesus said that he's Lord of the Sabbath. Therefore, if he's Lord of the Sabbath, he owns of it, he can do whatever he wants to do with it. It's his. But Jesus is our rest. And therefore, if I got Jesus, see, I'm keeping the Sabbath. Even though they busting Sunday wide open, tearing up the 7th day, but yet still, they got Jesus. Yeah.
I ain't want to say that.
Child of God. Within the soul, got all this inside stuff and all that, the inner man and all this stuff there. And who are they following? Come on and tell you what the outer man do don't matter. That's what they tell you. I was shocked and then flipped over backwards when I saw that.
Slap him in the mouth. Outer man don't matter.
Yeah. That's why they say you don't understand that Jesus done died for your sins that you gonna do and all that. Therefore, it don't matter no more what that outer man do. It's the inner man that counts.
Who said that?
So
There's a lot of guys out there that saying that.
You might need to put a
how you
towel
gonna
around their mouth.
build the inner man up if the outer man is cutting up?
No, somebody need to do something terrible to them and see how much the outer man need to do.
Dear folks,
You do whatever you want to do because my inner man is strong.
Right.
that's what they're saying.
As long as your inner man is strong, you're good.
Yeah. My inner man is with God and all those things there and all those things there. And therefore, because that outer man out there doing all this other stuff, that you don't count that there. God don't look at that no more.
That's really not me because me is the inner man.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That ain't the real me.
Yeah,
What they gonna leave?
Oh yeah, your boy Jason got Jason that same stuff.
yeah, I think these word of faith people teach.
And
But the inner man is what dictates what the outer man does.
Oh!
So
Oh!
it's still portraying what your inner man is. So he rotten too.
but they'll
To let the inner man rule,
right.
It brings out.
Not-
what's inside.
not the inner man rule the inner man, but the inner man is to rule the outer man.
Cause they get the men, they gonna eat all kinds of pork and it's gonna.
Can we understand that?
It's just backwards. Everything is backwards.
Huh?
Everything in Christianity is just backwards.
Yeah.
And they couldn't realize if that outer man go out there and eat some strychnine, what gonna happen to the inner man?
Right.
They gonna be all right.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna meet each other.
Dear folks, God told them, I want y'all to understand about the Shabbat. Now, I don't want none of this inner man stuff and all of that. I want you to understand about the Sabbath,
Yes.
the day, you know. Now we got people saying that, oh, you don't really mean that there. It means just any day you want to choose. That's what they say.
Slapping you on the face.
I can work 6 days and then that 7th day, whatever that is, that's my Sabbath. Sunday's my Sabbath. That's your Sabbath and so on and so on.
Just like he made us.
Yeah. But these folks, they got this special power now because that inner man is in contact with God. And God deals with that inner man and he letting them know, saying, and therefore, now what you see the outer man do, you can't count that against me.
He said, God give his spirit to those that obey him.
See? Eve, inner meat of it. And even put a little fence around it. Said don't even touch it.
Lest you die.
That's right. But that inner man didn't save her because she was judged by what the outer man does. And God has not changed that, dear folks. We're still judged by what that outer man does. Is what?
Dead.
How do we show forth our works? By what man? What man show forth our works? By the outer man. See? The outer man. That's what Paul said. You got faith? Okay, good.
I guess their inner man is doing the work.
Yeah. But I'll show you what my inner man is all about what my outer man do. But we don't like that because we don't like to put restraints on the outer man because we don't.
But the outer man don't want to do that.
Right. And that's all right because my inner man is the one of God really. God is dealing with that inner man, so you let. God is telling them, go to Jeremiah 25 and start reading at the 11th verse there.
This entire land will become a ruin, a waste, and these nations will serve the king of Vayak'hel for 70 years. But when the 70 years are over, I will punish the king of Vayak'hel and the nations of their sin. says Adonai, and I will turn the land of the into everlasting ruin. I will inflict on that land all my words that I have decreed against it, everything written in this book, and what Jeremiah has prophesied against all the kings. I will pay them back. I will pay them back according to their deeds and the work of their own hand. For here is what Adonai, the God of Israel, said to me: take this cup of the wine of fury from my hand, and make all the nations where I am sending you drink it to and fro, and behave like crazy people. And made all the nations drink where I had sent me. Jerusalem and the cities of Yehuda, along with their
Kings.
along with their okay,
18.
yeah, along with their kings and leaders, to make them a ruin and object of honor. Horror, thank you. Ridicule and cursing as it is today.
All right, we're gonna start right there.
Yeah.
Right.
To be able to do it.
Right.
Right. Right.
On the south.
Right.
He'll bless them to do those things there. And all of them that didn't have the right attitude, those things about it, hey, lost out.
They didn't stick around nobody.
That's right.
That's it.
Pray you don't get a job.
Uh-huh.
Get a job and
You don't see them no more.
you won't wait about it.
Right. I'm gonna get the rules right.
Yeah, serious is that. But there's a reason why God really wanted him to understand this here. Because now, let's go back to Exodus, the 35th chapter. God drilled us into them about the Sabbath. Let them know that this is important to me. Because the Sabbath is the thing that sets us apart. It's just like I remember, and he was talking about, boy, hey, when they kicked us out, we went on down to Africa, we could blend right in with them Africans and everything. I said, yeah, color-wise, yeah. I said, but we could only last 6 days. At first it didn't dawn on what he's talking about. I said, we're going to last 6 days. Oh, what are you talking about? We ain't going to change our color and everything. Hey, we look just like them. And all I'm talking about everything is that what that outer man's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I know that's what the outer man's supposed to do.
Right.
Rest.
And it finally done. I said, hey, we can last 6 days. And then after that 7th day, they're going to see that we different. We might look together, we have the same color together, hair might be the same and all that. But hey, that outer man is going to do something different from what they do. God gave us the Shabbat for to make us that way, to make us a. Well, I'm keeping the Sabbath in my heart because I got Jesus in my heart. Yes. And hey, and I'm a number one guy for saying that, but we was tearing up some Shabbat. On the outer man was tearing up some Shabbat. But I was coming up a little boy and everything. We was wearing it out, Jack.
Getting ready for Sunday.
Yeah, getting ready for Sunday, the Lord's Day. Man, we did all our washing and we did everything like that. And like I said, see, we wasn't poor people. We were poor people.
Couldn't even afford the double
That
bar.
we had to pack water. We had to pack water and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't have no water in our house. And hey, my grandmother. So we thought we was big time, you know. Well, hey, we in the city now. We got water and everything. Hey, we still didn't have it at our house and everything. So we still had to. So I had to go pack the water. On the south, we packing water, washing and clothes, hanging out clothes, doing all of it, getting ready to keep the Sabbath. The inner man's Sabbath, I guess. We just had that wrong. But we were serious about it.
Yeah.
You're seriously wrong.
Yeah.
Therefore, correction had to come to get all that stuff straight. Y'all sit, you know. And the person that come to want to straighten us out about everything, we call her crazy.
Yeah, Madam Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We got so bad that we would go ready to pass a house, we run past it and everything.
Yeah. Put the spell on.
Yeah.
Going down the wrong day.
Yeah.
Going to church on the wrong day.
But the devil just make a fools of us, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sneeze out and get him, stop that everything in. Take our record. He's going to cast a spell on us. And I was going over there wishing on that devil day and everything.
Got you, didn't you?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah, I remember that. I worked in. She was the one that helped me on those things there, along the seal and deal and everything. But she was the one that really got me going there, you know.
Attention.
Yeah, cause she would tell me what to go. She said, "Well, where's that at?" You know. She said, "Well, I heard well, my pastor said that his name was Reverend Brown." I said, he said that Mount Zion Baptist Church. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! He done told us that Paul changed that. And gonna show it to me in the Bible where it's at. So she said, "Well, okay." She said, "I'm glad, you know. Bring that back so we can read that, you know, and that. Hey, oh, cousin, I might just change up with you if you can show that to me and everything." Yeah. Well, I was anxious. Boy, I wrote it.
That's how you get them. That's how you bait them in.
Huh?
That's how you bait them in.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad she did do that. I'm glad she did bait me in. I'm glad she did do that.
That's how I got my brother.
Is that right? I'm glad she did it. And
But then I went down to
Yeah.
what the Sabbath.
Sabbath keeper.
So then that made me to something.
And then another one of our because a special gave me everything there, and we talked about it, and told him about dietary laws and everything, and he said, "Well," went home, called his father and everything, and then he told him, "You ain't got to worry about that there on. Hey, go to Acts." And Paul, that got changed with Peter. So Peter gets to change of that there. That sheet that was laid down there had all that there, and
Did he ever put anything in his mouth?
and they stop right there. They don't go.
Said, "Not so, Lord."
I know they don't go no further than that. The creations of what they want to do and those things there. But let me tell you something. If you make you know, like when it's coming up, you know, those things there, they was taught that, hey, you're in the house of God. You don't run around and play in here. You don't run around doing. What was that teaching them? The specialty of the house.
Right, man.
That was to teach them to understand that this y'all teaching them those things. Back to that fourth verse and see what God said. First of all, I want you to get this. Read the fourth verse. So that,
Okay. The fourth verse or the third verse?
Okay, you can read the third.
Okay. The third verse says,
Of Exodus 35.
yeah, it's the You are not to kindle a fire in any of your homes on Shabbat.
Okay. Okay. Now there's this, we get the attitude, and this is where we get the thing of why he didn't want you to kindle a fire. Why is it that God didn't want us to kindle a fire?
Too much work involved.
See?
Work.
Yeah, together the wood.
Eat this.
Good work.
No, I mean, the time when it's cold.
Every fire ship on through. You ain't got no business killing no fire and starting no fire and the cook and everything, cause hey, what you say about that temptation? You the one that said about that temptation.
You can't put temptation around. That's like putting a cookie on the table and telling a 2-year-old don't touch it.
2-year-old, 16 and 13 and 9 and 12.
Well, a 2-year-old just can't help themselves. They just
God and what's important and what's not important and how those things are. We got people nowadays, you know, they won't even leave the house on the Sabbath. I'm staying right in the house and
But then they leave the house.
how you gonna have a holy convocation on the Shabbat if you don't leave your house? The reason why God told them to stay in their tents and everything there and all that, what was the reason for it?
So then go out and pick up sticks and cook.
that was to keep y'all from killing some folks. Israel didn't want to do right.
Also, another thing, it was to take care of that inner man. By Moshe, he said, go out there for 6 days, and the manna gonna be out there. But don't go out there on the Sabbath, because there ain't gonna be nothing out there.
They had to go see them.
You gotta believe what God said. But you know us.
We have to go see if there's anything else.
You know us.
Y'all, he illustrated what he wanted, but he didn't work on it, so they ain't gonna go out there and work on it.
We don't believe what Yah said. We don't believe what Yah said.
They went out there on preparation day and gather what they should have on
Now's
Sabbath.
the day to do it.
But of course, you had those who were lazy and didn't want to do it.
There you go. You had them that you're always gonna have somebody to challenge everything.
Amen. Amen.
God told them when you go out there on these other days, have a certain amount together. Don't gather no more. See
Get what you need.
what I told you to do, and the amount. There was some. I ain't paying no attention now. I ain't been running out there every day and everything. I'm gonna go out there and get here much. I'm gonna get enough for right now. So they went out there, got 2 basketfuls instead of 1. I ain't got to worry about it. But it kind of reminds me of this when I was eating basar, when I was eating flesh, you know, they got this hamburger meat.
Yeah.
And see, I didn't know all that stuff about the lean and all that and all that. I just went about it.
You got some 80-20.
Yeah. And
Get all that fat.
and the place down there, and man, they have a big old thick hamburger, man. They make it and all that. So I had a taste for that. I said, I'm gonna go for man. I sat there, boy, I patted that thing up, man. And put my spices and stuff in there, man. And you little onions and all. I said, boy, I'm gonna do this bad, boy. Good, boy.
Mouth watering.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna have real big. Man, I put that muscle in the skillet, man.
And when you said it was big, it was big.
Yeah.
Growing up, making wine.
Yeah.
It was juicy where it lands.
That big old thing I had, they put it there.
Now you had a junior.
Well, that's the way this Monad did.
Pan full of grease.
That's what Monad did.
I wasn't no grease.
Water.
It turned into grease, it turned into just worms.
I'm talking about his
Yeah, he's talking about.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I thought he said manner.
Yeah.
I heard manner, and that's what I thought.
No, what they did was that no.
I got it.
Go read
I
that.
got it. I got it.
When they took that back and started making the cakes and everything there and all that, it shrunk down to what it was supposed to be.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I read that. I read it.
Very side that God told them to get in the first
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah. So,
And for some of them out there that was selfish and all that there, was grabbing everything there, and some of them that was not able to get enough, when they came there, it multiplied for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure everybody has what they need.
Everybody, there you go.
No more, no less.
They gathered more than they needed to.
Now, some of them that didn't eat, put it on and lay it aside. Say, well, I ain't going in the morning. I'll just eat less. Guess what happened? That's right.
I was like, I told you, 6 days you shall labor.
There you go. But hey, the young man said, hey, the outer man said, yeah.
Easy
Outer
on
man was
myself.
like, hey, I can work every other day.
Yeah, right.
You know that Christians ought to be able to see that every major event in the Bible happened to Israel,
Yes.
not them.
Bad situation here, folks. And therefore, we need to understand the seriousness of what God is doing here. And God was very serious with this. And he wanted. That'd be fourth. Yeah, the fourth verse.
Okay. Moshe said to the whole community of the people of Israel, here is what Adonai has ordered. Take up a collection for Adonai from among yourselves. Anyone whose heart makes them willing.
All right, now we're talking about that. We're talking about that inner man
Mhm.
and that outer man.
Mhm.
All right, we still dealing with the inner man and outer man.
Mhm.
He say, you take up an offering from that inner man. See, that's willing. That's where the willingness comes from in the inner man.
Mhm.
But who brings the offering?
Outer.
The outer man. So God gives them both of them. He said, first of all, you don't mess with them whose inner man ain't right. They ain't got the outer man under control. Because the outer man is the one that's going to have to bring. Because I don't want to bring me anything. There are people that think they can just give God what they want, and God can't specify what he wants.
And the attitude ain't right either.
Right?
Right.
Mhm.
So he said, you deal with them that have the right attitude.
They want to do what I want.
There you
They
go.
want to do what I ask.
Because I'm going to tell them to break off all that gold. I'm going to tell them to break off all that. Don't come break it. Like I was telling you before, in the Baptist church, they used, when they take up the collection and everything, they had the deacons come out there and they say, hey, don't be putting nothing in there that make no noise. That means don't be coming to put no dime or nickel or stuff there. You get some of them greenback out there, some of that money don't make no noise and put it in the plate.
The quiet money.
Yeah, right, that quiet money. They would tell you that, man.
Yep.
And so here God was telling them, get those that willingly want to understand. And it took the inner man to understand the importance of what God was getting ready to ask them to do.
Mhm.
Let them be a man. And them that willingly want to do it, that's when you take the collection from. because I'm supposed to get ready to ask him something, and it's gonna take the right attitude for him to do it.
How do you prove that you give it to God?
See?
How do you prove that you give it to God? How do they prove that they give it to God?
Because the outer man followed the instruction that was given them.
Right.
To God?
See? Yes.
They didn't see God.
Y'all set up the.
Oh, at that point, they knew Moshe was man.
Right.
They knew at that point Moshe was God's man. So yeah, they was giving it to God.
Oh, really? I thought they said it to give it just to Moshe, just to him, not God.
No.
No, they understood. See? And that's what you got to understand. See? Where you give and where you do those things there, you got to understand. That was part of their willingness. That was part of them willing to do it. Guess what? Because it was Moshe that was telling them what to do.
Oh, he was a representative.
Yes.
He was a representative of God. Okay.
If they didn't believe Moshe, then how in the world they going? You know, they certainly. Hey, let me tell you something. They was not stupid, ignorant. Hold on, what I say? I don't know. I'm looking for a word because of the point of it is that God had already gave me experience with him, so they had enough sense to know that they didn't want to go up there dealing with God himself.
Yeah, they already had the Mount Sinai incident at this point.
Yeah.
Y'all had already showed up.
2 miles. They ran 2 miles.
Yeah.
This is past that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they know Moshe's the man now.
Oh. Okay.
They ain't ignorant and stuff like
Naive. You want the word naive?
Yeah, right. Like people out today. I'm gonna take it to God. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna look God dead in the eye and tell him so. No, they have enough sense to know that ain't gonna work. Cause when God rolled out on Mount Sinai, and hey, they say, no, we got enough of that going up here our ourselves.
Moshe, what you say to me? What?
Yeah, you go, Moses.
Yeah. Now there's just some of them that didn't like Moshe, didn't want to go on, and didn't want. You know, there are some people just do not care, don't like authority.
That's it.
I had a young man. I was talking to him and thing there, and I said, just tell me what's your problem? No, I don't like authority. I don't want nobody telling me what to do.
Is that my son?
Yeah.
It sound like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He ain't the only one.
I said, you're right.
I know my children.
Yeah. I said, son, you in for a hard time. You in for a hard time. Because I don't know nothing in this world and stuff that you got to learn how to abide by authority.
He finally got it.
Huh?
He finally got it.
Yeah. Ain't no job gonna hire you, ain't no boss gonna have you over there, and you're not gonna pay no attention to their authority. Yeah.
I know somebody is the same way, and they homeless now.
He got no authority.
2 years. Didn't want to take it.
There you go.
So
And that's the life you live when you don't want to listen to nobody.
So you out there in the streets now homeless.
Woo.
Derek.
Hmm?
Oh, okay.
No, he was in the army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know he came in.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to take authority.
Yeah.
Oh, how long?
They got places for you. They got places for you when you got that attitude, and when you go to the places their number one thing is to break that.
I be 5, 6.
Yeah.
You know, on the point of that, what you're talking about, before it's people that say that they don't want to obey authority and all that stuff. There, it's amazing how many Hebrew Israelite, male and female, live in Tulsa that will not come to one place to worship. They say they don't want no man to tell them nothing. They say many of them. So,
But you dress up there and watch YouTube?
yep, they'll stay and watch YouTube and
Well, ain't they telling them something?
yeah, but
Okay.
that's what they want to hear.
Right.
They're itching ears.
They can turn them off.
They turn them off, change another one.
Oh, he on the subject I don't want to hear about. Let me go to this one.
And there are those that don't want the responsibility or the connectivity, because let me tell you something, it do cost. And that's the point I want to get here. God was saying, no, you can't come to me and all that thing, and it ain't gonna cost you nothing. Your outer man gonna have to pay up. It's gonna cost you something. It ain't for free. A lot of them want to stay home and everything because, hey, I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to get on dolphins. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to. God told them, read on in the sheet that we see.
Okay. Up a collection.
Take up a collection. Take up an offering. What do that mean when they say take up an offering? It's going to cost that outer man something.
Right.
And God, as I said before, God didn't ask them to do something that they didn't have the ability to do. God don't ask you to do something that you can't do.
Amen.
God seen to it that they all had something to give.
Amen.
If you would left Egypt. See? Well, I can't afford to do this, and I can't do that. I can't do it. God don't ask us to do something that we cannot do.
Amen.
But he still requires things of us. But he said, them that willingly. Them that don't want to really, don't bother. Don't want attitudes and all of that. I got something for them. Korah and his bunch. They had cattle. They had tents.
Okay.
Standing out there. They don't want to recognize Moshe. Y'all know what happened to him? Right. All the fine silk and all the stuff that they had and all that, hey, boom, well, all gone. And the people was willing to come and to do those things there, and God was well pleased with it. And that's one thing I can say that Israel did do. Let's see, that's start reading it.
Drew from Moshe's presence, and they came, everyone whose heart stirred him, and everyone whose spirit for the work on the tent of meeting, for the service in it, and for the holy garment. Both men and women came, as many as had willing hearts.
Moshe did not allow them to do it on the Sabbath. And God didn't want them to get that mixed all up. God made that very important. Do what I told you to do now.
6 days shall work be done.
That's right. Don't get that mixed all up now. And there was, and I remember that it caused a problem that they couldn't get past that on like, hey, because the builders and all the stuff that say, hey, look, when they want to start doing so and all those things, yeah, and all that there. No. Work is work.
God didn't give any kind of leeway when it came to that.
That's right.
If you don't work for me, it's okay. No, he didn't say that.
Stuff that they had classes working those things there was not it. That's what the Mashiach was telling them about. They had got it all mixed up talking about healing the sick and then doing those things. Yeah, that was their adding those things. That was not what God had termed as them. Therefore, we need to get those things straight so that you don't. Now, there was one thing that the Mashiach said that was allowed to take place and to do that did include work on the Shabbat, and God kind of let that pass.
Mhm.
Y'all know what that was?
You said that who said?
God, the Mashiach said that God let that
That was definitely.
Yeah.
circumcision,
Like you said, was it for-
Brit Milah, circumcision on the 8th. And he brought that up, he brought that up and let them know that there are certain things that you know that God do allow. And God is dealing with him so he can get the outer man under control, because there's where salvation is at.
Mhm.
And if the inner man cannot get the outer man in control, there is no salvation. Please understand that.
Mhm.
Therefore, that's why God said that except those days be cut short, no inner man will be saved. Is that what he said?
No,
Flesh.
He said flesh, and flesh is who?
Outer.
It's the outer man. God is interested in both. See? The sanctuary will be built and all to take care of both men. And God said, only give. What made them willingly was they understood the importance of what it was about. And when they understood it, they was ready to break off that gold. They was ready to break off that, and they were ready to do all that and go in. Because therefore, the wrong thing is already out there for you. Down for that golden calf, they broke them off.
Willingly.
Yeah. And then hollered.
Broke off some other stuff too.
Huh?
Took off some other stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
They sure did. So let us this closes our Parashah for this week. May y'all bless you and to keep you on those things. And he wants us to understand to keep those. And these people run around here talking about even the Big Ten. We ain't got to worry about the Big Ten. The Big Ten is very important to God, our God.
I need to throw that dude off the cliff.
Above all these other things that we do. We think we're doing this and all that there. God said, no, I don't get that mixed up. Keep it all straight on that end.
He reminded you about the Big King then.
And as our old bills, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
If I forget you,
Jerusalem, let my right hand get a tongue. If I don't remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses in his way. Okay, we're gonna now have